Hello and welcome to the Social Connection. It's your program about social media news, the trends you talked about, the videos you shared and what new changes social media companies offered its users. I am Nancy Kohli and with me is Preeti Tiwari.
Thank you, Nancy. Welcome everyone. We are back with yet another edition in which we'll take you through the top trends, latest news and everything that kept the social media platform busy. But first up, let's take a look at what we have in store for you in this edition.
Indian firm Ringing Bells launches world's cheapest smartphone priced at 251 rupees.
Twitter rolls out graphics interchange format search feature.
Facebook, Twitter take firm stance alongside Apple in encryption debate.
Let's start with the top story now. A little-known Indian handset manufacturer Ringing Bell launches what is being billed as the world's cheapest smartphone in New Delhi. The handset priced at Rs 251 or $4. Drawing its name from its humble price, the smartphone is called Freedom 251. It is in line with the Make in India initiative. The phone was unveiled by BJP MP Murli Manohar Joshi. More details in this report.
A little-known Indian handset manufacturer, Ringing Bells, launched what is being billed as the world's cheapest smartphone, priced at Rs 251 only. Drawing its name from its humble price, the smartphone is called Freedom 251. It is in line with the Make in India initiative. The phone was unveiled by senior BJP leader Murli Manohar Joshi. The bookings for the smartphone began on last Thursday. Within a few hours, the website of the smartphone company crashed due to heavy traffic. Hashtag Freedom 251 was trended on Twitter and Facebook. A notable fact here is that the firm claims to have got no subsidies from the government. The smartphone will only be available online initially, which will help the firm cut costs and maintain the price. Freedom 251 comes with a 4-inch IPS display and is powered by a 1.3 GHz quad-core processor and 1 GB of RAM. The smartphone comes with an inbuilt storage of 8 GB, which can be further expanded up to 32 GB using a micro SD card. Freedom 251 runs on Lollipop Android 5.1 and is equipped with a 3.2 megapixel rear camera, a 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, 3G support, Wi-Fi connectivity and a 1450 mAh battery. President of Ringing Bells, Ashok Kumar Chadha, said that with Freedom 251, Ringing Bells aims to offer last-mile connectivity to Indians.
The platforms of Digital India were made available, the platforms of Skill India and the platform of Make in India. Along these lines, we thought, let us see what can we do to bring about a real liberation of freedom to all our brothers and sisters who may be in the rural areas, the semi-urban areas, and who need communication and digitization as an ability, a tool to come into the mainstream.
Customers will get several apps pre-installed in the phone, including Women's Safety, Swachh Bharat or Clean India, Fisherman, Farmer, Medical, Google Play, WhatsApp, Facebook and YouTube. Based in Noida City, the little-known Ringing Bells currently imports the parts of Freedom 251 from Taiwan and assembles them in India.
Next up, Twitter's graphics interchange format search feature will roll out over the coming weeks to everyone around the world on iOS, Android and Twitter.com. According to Twitter, people on the microblogging platform shared over 100 million GIFs last year, expressing everything from their mood to their favorite dance move from a music video. The company said the new feature will make sharing GIFs in tweets and direct messages even easier. Take a look.
Microblogging site Twitter has rolled out a new feature which will allow the users to search animated GIFs catalog and spice up the tweets. The GIF library is searchable by keywords, categories or reactions and will be available around the world on iOS, Android and online over the coming weeks. GIFs have become a mainstay of pop culture, illustrating in moving images the good, bad and the ugly of the internet. According to Twitter, people on the microblogging platform shared over 100 million GIFs last year, expressing everything from their mood to an amazing dunk to their favorite dance move from a music video. The company said the new feature will make sharing GIFs in tweets and direct messages even easier. It works a lot like the GIF button in Facebook Messenger and is powered by the GIF hosting sites Jiffy and Riffsy. But unlike Facebook, Twitter is making the GIF feature available on public posts, not just direct messages. The news of the announcement comes after select users reported seeing the new button over the last few weeks. Twitter has been testing the feature on its mobile app. Last week, Twitter shares hit an all-time low after the company said that user growth had stalled for the first time since it went public in 2013. The company has been experimenting with ways to make the site more engaging. In an attempt to grow its users, Twitter has released a number of updates over the past 12 months, which have mostly been greeted with disdain. Moments, a new service that packages hand-picked tweets about a certain news event or story, has been fairly popular.
Moving on, as Apple CEO Tim Cook insists that his company should not be forced to help the FBI weaken security on an iPhone, a few more companies have stepped forward in support. Google CEO Sundar Pichai also issued a statement, followed by Facebook and Twitter. More details in this report.
The tech industry is starting to line up with Apple in its fight against the federal government over the encryption that it uses to keep iPhones secure. In a tweet, Twitter chief executive Jack Dorsey wrote, "We stand with Tim Cook and Apple and thank him for his leadership." In a statement, Facebook said it condemns terrorism and also appreciates the essential work of law enforcement in keeping people safe. But it said it will fight aggressively against requirements for companies to weaken the security of their systems. The statement said these demands would create a chilling precedent and obstruct companies' efforts to secure their products. Google CEO Sundar Pichai had earlier voiced support for Apple in a series of tweets. Adding that the case could be a troubling precedent, Pichai wrote that forcing companies to enable hacking could compromise users' privacy. Apple's recent iPhones use encryption security that Apple itself cannot unlock. The government is not asking Apple to help break the iPhone's encryption directly, but to disable other security measures that prevent attempts to guess the phone's passcode. A federal judge has ordered Apple to enable investigators to bypass the passcode of the iPhone once used by the alleged shooter, Syed Rizwan Farook. Apple CEO Tim Cook wrote on Apple's website that such a move would create a backdoor around security measures hackers could eventually use to steal iPhone users' data. Apple CEO Tim Cook argues that once such a tool is available, the technique could be used over and over again on any number of devices. Google and Apple have been locked in an intensifying battle with US authorities over the company's smartphone encryption software. The firms say that the encryption is crucial to protecting users' privacy and keeping their trust.
We're heading for a short commercial break at the moment, but there's lots more interesting stories lined up ahead. Stay tuned and keep watching Doordarshan News.
Now the national news channel of India, live on your mobile phone. Get the news on the go. Watch top videos, get the latest news and continuous news on your mobile phone. Download DD News app now. Visit the Android Play Store, search for DD News, download the app to your phone. Get the power of information at your fingertips. DD News. Only news, complete news.
ब्रेकिंग न्यूज की रेस से हटकर खबरें कुछ अच्छी भी हैं,
खबरें जो बढ़ाएंगी हौसला और विश्वास,
उम्मीद भरी खबरें जो लाएंगी मुस्कान। गुड न्यूज इंडिया।
हर दिन बदलती खबरें, हर पल बनती नई सुर्खियां, खबरों की रफ्तार के साथ हर दोपहर दुनिया की ताजा तस्वीर। दोपहर समाचार रोजाना 2 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर। सुर्खियों की भीड़ में अहम खबरें, असल मुद्दे जो डालते हैं आपकी जिंदगी पर असर। दिन भर की हर बड़ी खबर का बेबाक विश्लेषण, सच, सटीक, संपूर्ण। न्यूज नाइट, सोमवार से शुक्रवार रात 8 से 10 बजे, सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
हिम्मत कैसे हुई तुम्हारी? How dare you?
क्या किया मैंने?
क्या किया? किस सास से इस तरह से बात करती हो? What do you think of yourself?
मेरी क्या गलती है?
Shut up! Shut up! गलती अब मैं करता हूँ। झूठ बोलने की आदत पड़ गई है तुमको। Just because I don't say anything. तुमको बस एक ही भाषा समझ में आएगी, एक ही। एक और बार अगर ऐसा हुआ ना तो मैं
एक फोन कर सकता हूं? हेलो जी, हाँ मैंने ही फोन किया था।
अपने आसपास हो रही किसी भी तरह की घरेलू हिंसा को रोकिए और उसके खिलाफ आवाज उठाइए।
Welcome back. You must be familiar with the top trending topics of the week, but here's a quick wrap of the trends that rule different social media platforms.
A week-long Make in India fair in Mumbai closed on Thursday last week. The mega event secured investment commitments worth Rs 15.2 lakh crore. Make in India initiative is part of the government's push to present India as an attractive investment destination and create jobs by increasing the share of manufacturing to GDP over the next decade. The week-long program saw nearly 9 lakh visitors from 102 participating countries. The Make in India event promoted India as a stable investment destination with a healthy competitive spirit among states. The first of its kind mega event encouraged design, innovation, youth and startups. It was a platform where global CEOs, think tanks, policy makers, diplomats and political leaders converged. Among the outcomes, 15,20,000 crore rupees investment, committed 1,05,000 crore rupees of business inquiries, 8,90,000 visitors with 102 countries participating. The much anticipated Sonam Kapoor starrer biopic of a 23-year-old Neeja Behnot, the daredevil flight attendant of Pan Am, released on Friday. The movie, which has been receiving rave reviews at celeb screenings, is based on the true life of Neeja Behnot, an air hostess whose courageous act saved 359 lives when her Pan Am flight was hijacked by terrorists on 5th September 1986. She became the youngest recipient of the Ashok Chakra, India's highest civilian honor, for her display of extreme courage. The film is directed by Ram Madhvani and produced by Fox Star Studios and Blink Unplugged. It also features veteran actress Shabana Azmi as Sonam Kapoor's mother.
Taylor
Swift's official switch from country to pop with her multi-hit, best-selling 1989 album brought the singer her second Grammy Award win for Album of the Year. She was shocked when she won the night's top prize, beating out Kendrick Lamar, Chris Stapleton, Alabama Shakes and The Weeknd. Taylor Swift, who won the Album of the Year Grammy for Fearless in 2009, walked away with 3 awards including Best Pop Vocal Album and Music Video for Bad Blood at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. A mobile museum in Mumbai's Dharavi locality is highlighting the skills and creativity of residents of one of Asia's largest slums, in an attempt to dispel the negative image of urban slum dwellers. The Design Mumbai Dharavi, which will travel through the area with different exhibits for about 2 months, was conceived by Amsterdam-based artist George Rubio with art historian Amanda Pinathi. They were aided by local artists and designers. The museum reflects the nomadic nature and disparate skills of more than 1 million people who live in Dharavi and are largely migrants from across India. Items on displays are arranged on and around a colorful handcraft, which includes clay teacups and saucers, terracotta water filters, reed brooms, painted wooden objects and textiles, all made with local or recycled materials. New Zealand superstar batsman Brandon McCullum hit the fastest century in Test history from 54 balls on day 1 of the second Test against Australia. He broke the record jointly held by Viv Richards and Misbah-ul Haq. This Test match is also his farewell international game. He was later dismissed for 145 compiled from only 79 balls with 21 fours and 6 sixes. The century partnership for the 5th wicket between McCullum and Anderson from 57 balls was also the fastest in Test history, beating the stand for the 10th wicket between New Zealand's Nathan Astle and Chris Cranes against England in 2002.
Uganda's United Nations rights chief said the country's government shutting down all the social media sites has human rights implications. The press freedom group, the Committee to Protect Journalists, said such censorship undermines the democratic process. Here are the details.
The United Nations human rights representative in Uganda has said that shutting down of social media websites as voters cast their ballots had human rights implications. Citing security reasons, Godfrey Mutabazi, the head of the Ugandan Communications Commission, said that the authorities had blocked access to Twitter, Facebook and WhatsApp services. Press freedom group, the Committee to Protect Journalists, said such censorship undermines the democratic process.
Definitely is a concern for the office, and particularly and most importantly is the fact that the government of Uganda, 8 a.m. today, disabled access to social media platform, including WhatsApp. This has a human rights implication, and we've raised this with appropriate authorities.
Ugandans formed long queues on Thursday to vote in a presidential election pitting President Yoweri Museveni, in power for 3 decades, against a long-time rival who said he did not believe the vote would be free and fair. With police and soldiers in riot gear patrolling the streets of the capital, voting was largely peaceful despite the delays. Opposition officials said politician and former military officer Kizza Besigye was arrested at dusk on polling day and held for about 30 minutes in the capital Kampala. But despite the tough security, there were no reported flare-ups of violence.
Well, we are heading for a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere else. Keep watching Social Connection.
तस्वीरें जो बयां करती हैं हकीकत, हालात जिनसे जुड़े हैं आपके जज्बात, जुनून जो बदल सकता है देश की तस्वीर, खबरें जो आपके लिए जानना है जरूरी। खबर दिन भर हर शाम 5 बजे सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
हेलो पापा,
कब से फोन कर रहा हूँ, फोन ही नहीं लग रहा है। अच्छा, घर पहुंची कि नहीं?
रास्ते में हूँ। आज ऑफिस में लेट हो गया था।
ऐसा क्या काम आ गया आज? बेटा 12 बज रहे हैं।
लास्ट मिनट ऑफिस में काम आ गया था, फोन नहीं कर पाई।
अच्छा, घर कैसे जा रही हो?
मैंने टैक्सी ले ली है।
ऑफिस से कोई है तुम्हारे साथ?
नहीं, मैं अकेले हूँ।
अकेली? टैक्सी में इतनी रात में?
अरे पापा, आप सुनो तो मेरी बात। पापा
सुनो, टैक्सी का नंबर नोट करो।
1 सेकंड होल्ड करो।
नहीं, मुझे बताओ टैक्सी का नंबर। चलो।
हाँ, आप चिंता मत कीजिए, मैं आपकी बेटी को ठीक से घर पहुंचा दूंगी।
जितनी ज्यादा औरतें होंगी, ये दुनिया उनके लिए उतनी ही बेहतर होगी। चलिए इस दुनिया में बेटियों की जगह पहचानें।
डीडी न्यूज अब हर बड़े डीटीएच प्लेटफॉर्म और केबल नेटवर्क पर उपलब्ध। फ्री डिश पर देखें डीडी न्यूज चैनल नंबर 2 पर, डिश टीवी पर चैनल 549 पर, टाटा स्काई पर चैनल 453 पर, एयरटेल पर चैनल 290 पर, सन डायरेक्ट पर चैनल 550 पर, वीडियोकॉन पर चैनल 328 पर, रिलायंस पर चैनल 405 पर, हैथवे पर चैनल 227 पर और डेन केबल पर चैनल 320 पर।
डीडी न्यूज, केवल खबर, पूरी खबर। बड़ी खबरें जिनसे बनती हैं दुनिया भर में सुर्खियां, अहम मुद्दे जो डालते हैं विश्व पर अपना असर, दुनिया के हर कोने से हर बड़ी खबर पर हमारी नजर। खबर दुनिया की, सिर्फ डीडी न्यूज पर।
Welcome back to the Social Connection. Internet users in India are more conscious about their online safety. Internet giant Google India said as it rolled out several new features and resources designed to protect users online. According to Google Trends, in the past year there have been 20% more searches for change password and 97% more searches for two-step verification.
Google India released some key interesting search trends of last year that point towards the demand of greater cybersecurity. Google India, which has rolled out new features and resources to protect users online, said India is adding 5 million new users every month and is expected to have a user base of connected Indians at 500 million online by 2018-2019. The trends showed that in the past year there have been 20% more searches for change password and 97% more searches for two-step verification. Two-step verification requires more than just a password to sign into your Google account, such as a 6-digit code that is sent to your phone for more protection. Google will be driving multiple initiatives to drive awareness about online safety among Indian internet users, including allowing them to take quick security checkup and allow review and management of Google account security settings. Also, the statement said there has been 591% more searches for queries like how to track a lost phone. So to ramp up the online security, Google is offering initiatives like simplifying security settings to making trustworthy messages easier to spot in Gmail. Google will also be driving multiple initiatives to drive awareness about online safety among Indian internet users. To spread awareness and encourage the users to utilize the existing tools to ensure a safer internet experience, Google is offering its users 2 GB of extra Google Drive storage on completion of the security checkup by this week.
Well, it's time to see all the feedback that you sent in on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Well, this is the end of our show. Continue sending in your feedback, comments as you have been on ddnews.com, @gmail.com, on our Twitter handle ddnews live, our Facebook page, or on our YouTube channel.
We hope that you enjoyed the show as much as we did in presenting it to you. And before we sign off, we leave you with an interesting video. See you again next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Polio is coming for me. It needs warm bodies like mine. Because without it, it will die. Ahmed is on his way too. With his vaccine. nurses. I think he needs one last push.